Where does the Mandalorian go? Because there was a ton of speculation that was the end. Grogu and Din are broken up. They're separated. Where does this go? Oh, let's just do a Boba Fett. Let's make Boba Fett season 3. Thankfully, we got official confirmation this morning, like I had predicted and like I had been telling people. But what people don't realize, they left us with a massive cliffhanger at the end of season 2. And I'm not talking about Luke and Grogu. We have a massive cliffhanger and a huge story to tell with Bo-Katan and the Darksaber. That story is a little fishy. It was a little confusing at first because I have watched Rebels and I needed a quick refresher on this. But in Rebels, Sabine does just hand Bo-Katan the saber without any questions, and she takes it willingly. They're going to have to explain that at some point with the whole Darksaber thing. But I think it's really clear where Mandalorian Season 3 goes. We're going to go rebuild Mandalore. I think that's one of my biggest things with Star Wars today is the idea of expansion. New characters, new worlds, opening things up. Obviously, Mandalore is not new, but Mandalore is new to the live action crew. Those who haven't watched the animated, and there's a lot of people who haven't watched the animated series. I think going to Mandalore with Din as the Mandalore would be a spectacular story. Right before chapter 16, I would have told you there's no chance Din would be interested in that. There's no way he wants to do that. But now, his mission is complete. Grogu is with Luke Skywalker, off to go learn Jedi things. Maybe now his new mission, he did agree to Bo-Katan that he would go back. Maybe his new mission, and I don't know if Bo-Katan will be okay with this. I mean, she's done it before. But maybe Bo-Katan will view Din as Mandalore and the ruler and the top dog in charge to rebuild Mandalore. I think that would be a fantastic story. And of course, the story would not ignore Grogu. Star Wars is a story told from many, many parts of the galaxy. They could use their really cheesy wipes, which are historic. And we could check on Grogu. That'll absolutely happen. If this is the direction in my eyes, that's what I would do. Din's on his mission doing his thing. Grogu's on his mission doing his thing. Not being killed by Ben Solo because there's plenty of time to survive that, by the way. Timelines get tricky with me in the moment. It takes me a minute to think about them. But we could absolutely, they won't be together, obviously. But watching Grogu train with Luke, sign me up all fucking day. Grogu and Luke together on the hunt for more Jedi. Yeah, I'm down. I love that idea. I don't know if that's where we're going, but the focus. This is called The Mandalorian. It would be perfect storytelling for the show called The Mandalorian to go rebuild Mandalore. Bring all the Mandalorians out from hiding. Bring them all back together. Rebuild this planet that the Empire completely destroyed. I think that would be a fantastic storyline. Put Grogu, just dabble him in here and there. We don't have to see him all the time. We don't have to have whole episodes dedicated to him. But he's the $1 billion baby. Grogu ain't going nowhere. He's not turning bad. He's not dying. At least not right now. I think there's potential, the idea, even with the timeline that we're on, even the idea of saying oh, Grogu, Ben's not gonna, there's still potential for that to play out. We don't know the extent of Luke's new Jedi Academy. We don't know if Luke's attempt was to rebuild the entire order. If you're gonna have a Jedi Order, you're gonna need a Jedi Council. And it appears that Grogu is going to be the first Padawan of Luke Skywalker. How do we know Grogu doesn't check in with Din and visits him on the regular, but he's a career Jedi now, running Luke's academy. He's on his council. How do we know? I don't think that's the possibility. I don't think that's a realistic option. I'm not going to throw it out the window, though. He had graduating classes, from what I've heard. People survived, apparently. I don't get the vibe that Luke is starting something small. I think his plan was to rebuild all of it. I mean, Luke doesn't really know. He never experienced the Jedi Council, but we know the dude talks to Yoda and Obi-Wan on the regular, so it's not that hard. But I think it's for me, if there's not like a big time jump, which is possible, I think the idea of Din, Bo-Katan and company going back to Mandalore, somehow getting out the message to all the exiled Mandalorians who are hiding, bringing them back to Mandalore to rebuild. I think that's a fantastic story. That is a way of expanding the universe for live action. You get insert some new characters that live action has never encountered. Get Sabine in there, that'd be fantastic. But yeah, I think the potential for season 3 with Din wielding that darksaber, or they have like a little just private one-on-one, promise to not kill each other or cut off any limbs. They fight and Din loses. And Bo-Katan's the ruler. And Din's there to help. But just because it's not Din and Grogu together, I 100% think that season 3 is going to still thrive. And I think it could be great if they do a full story on Mandalore and powering it back up. I think that's fantastic. I think that's a really, really good story. And of course, we can't ignore Grogu. We'll check in with him on time to time to see how his Jedi training is going. He's already had some training. He was saved from the temple. So he's already got some. He just gotta bring it back. He's just gotta tap into what he's already learned. Hear Grogu talking in like a teenage Yoda voice. That would be amazing. Go train, I will not. I'm gonna go hang out with my friends, I will. Grogu, you little shit, get inside and go work out. Quit fighting with me, you're grounded. I think that would be hilarious. I think that would be hilarious. In the best way possible, of course.